I don't smell good either. Well, Shannon, you just said it was as inept as he's ever seen his offense. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's frustrating to sit there and I mean, what do you call him? You can't put him in perfect situations. You know what I mean? Everybody. That's what I just told the guys in there. I said everybody takes some blame in the deal. I mean, myself, offensively, coaches, players, everybody's got to do better. Obviously, I mean that's not acceptable. That's as bad as I've ever seen it, and obviously we got to get a lot better.
Where does it start? Where do you, as a coach, start pinpointing this and figuring out how you guys are going to go around fixing that?
Well, I mean, we got to get back down to our identity. We got to figure out what our identity is, you know. And so I think to do that, you know, you just strip everything down and you start from the basic blueprint, you know. We got to put the ball in play, and that's the bottom line. I mean, I hadn't looked at the stats, and if you know them, I don't even want to know them. But we're not putting the ball in play. I mean, we got open people at times, and I think the frustrating thing is, I mean, sometimes the quarterback overthrows it. Sometimes they make a bad throw. Sometimes we just completely whiff up front. You know, I mean, everybody is taking their turn. It's not like you can pinpoint one deal and like this is the issue. I mean, we gotta grow up as an offense. We gotta grow up and we gotta start just making plays because that's our job.
You said last week that it was frustrating for you because the guys are making the plays in practice, and that you've seen that they can do it. I mean, how can you compare that to what you saw today? And did anything prepare you guys for this today?
I don't think anything prepared us for this today. No, I mean, you obviously don't go out thinking that you're going to get beat like that. And so, and I thought, you know, watching the game from where I was at, you know, we had parts of our team that was playing pretty hard, and then we just never got anything going offensively to give any other side of the ball any glimmer of hope. And so, I mean when you do that offensively, then it's going to look like that at the end of the game. So, I mean, this falls directly on us, in my opinion.
Did you see anything from Ford off the field, you know, halftime after the game?
Not really. I mean,
anything positive?
He was really fine the whole game. At halftime, he was fine. I mean, I just told him at halftime, I don't have a magic potion. I mean, we're gonna keep doing the things we're doing. I mean, at times we had 5 guys in the box, but we gotta be able to run the ball versus 5 guys in the box. We wasn't. And so when you can't do that, then you're allowing them to drop 8 people in the coverage. That's tough, you know. And so the thing that we initially went into the game wanting them to take away, and we tried to attack those areas, but we never got anything going. We never hurt them in those areas because we couldn't take advantage of where their defense was weak. And then when you can't take advantage of where their defense is weak and then you get behind, then you just got to start just trying to manipulate some kind of offense, and we couldn't.
Did you think you'd struggle in a run game that much, considering they weren't loading up the box?
No, I really didn't. I thought we'd better run the ball. They definitely helped us on us up front.
After part of the game where wide out.
They didn't score until that last drive. Just man blitzing every time, just trying to force a turnover, put our kids in a kind of tough situation there on that last drive. Force turnovers there in the second half. I mean, it's really hard. It's a weird game. I mean, just I don't know without looking at the film really.
How hard is it for you guys when you are forcing the turnovers? I mean, there was that one sequence where it was back and forth. I mean, to kind of keep an even keel, keep a level head when it seems like no one can hang on to the ball or get any momentum that way.
Well, what we try to preach to our kids is the fact that when something like that, such a change occurs, we try to go out there and create. That's a great opportunity to go out and create momentum, back in your favor. If you can go out, you can create a turnover. And, like I said, it kind of went. It's a strange game from the word go. I mean, just I don't even know how to describe it. I've never been a part of a game like that.
How so? What did you find the strangest moments?
I don't know. It's just a weird game.
We'd all agree. And I think it's hard even talking about it. It seems like, to get a handle.
Without watching that film, I can't even tell you. I mean,
are there any things that stand out? I mean, what were you happy with defensively that you?
I thought they fought hard in the second half. I mean, could have been easy to lay it down. Our kids fought hard, extremely hard. You got to give.
Coach Galloway.
They took advantage of opportunities. mean, hats off to them. You know, we're just going out there and trying to get better every week. And I mean, you know, like I said, I didn't even see a stat sheet or to really know what to tell you. You know.
Have been marginalized as much as they were today?
What do you mean marginalized?
Not really used. I mean, you guys weren't able to get the ball to him, and when you did, it seemed like you weren't able to come up with catches. I mean, production-wise.
I mean, obviously, I had to go back and watch the film. I mean, I watched the same game you did, so you know, we'll go back and watch it tomorrow. I'll actually watch it on the way home, and I'll be able to answer that question for you on Tuesday.
What was the toughest part for you guys today, receiving-wise?
Just, you know, you go out and you practice all week, and, you know, you give them a great game plan, and, you know, obviously, after we said it, we didn't execute. You know, we didn't execute the game plan as an offense.
Were you guys happy with, as coaches, with this week of practice? Did you feel good heading into this?
I mean, we thought we had a great week of practice, yeah. I mean, we thought we had a good week of practice, and, you know, obviously going out, I mean, we didn't execute.
Do you see consistency in practice that leads you to believe that your receivers are able to make plays?
Yeah. I mean, I see, consistency where, you know, obviously I hadn't looked at the stat sheet, but, you know, as far as how many they were attempted and, you know, what was going on, obviously we had one catch. So, you know, like I said, I have to look at the film and see what was going on because I haven't seen it.
For having a good week of practice, does that make it even harder for you guys to wrap your mind around when you feel good about it, you feel like you have a good game plan, you feel like the guys bought in, had a good week, and then to not see the results? Does it?
You know, the biggest thing about it, I mean, we're all, you know, upset about what the outcome was. So, you know, until I go watch it, until we watch it as an offensive staff to see what we got to get fixed, see what we got to get corrected. You know, you saw the game just like I did. So, you know, the biggest thing about it is we have to, you know, watch this game on Sunday and then get prepared for another tough opponent next Saturday.
Their own defense kept getting put in bad position, but keeps, you know, making plays at least enough to keep you in the game at some point. What's being said? What's the mentality of the defense right now in all those tough situations?
I mean, we just got to compete with their defense. How many turnovers their defense got? Probably like 5, 6. If we would have got 6, it would have been a closer game.
Any frustration building yet over, you know, not having points get put up for you, or do you view? I know in the past you viewed it as, hey, then the defense has to score or get the ball close.
I mean, I've been here a long time, so I've been on both ends of the stick. I've seen it happen before, back in 2010, and we just getting better as a team, and it's just going to work.
You mentioned last week that you've been on the other side of the coin, where the defense was the one not, producing. What's it like for a defensive player when you really don't know how much you're going to get from an offense?
I mean, it's challenging to us, so we take that on ourselves. We like that feeling to just go out and just have everything put on us, so we like the feeling.
Defensively, you stood up. It was a tough one. The offense is struggling.
We lost on all three sides of the ball today: offense, defense, and special teams.
Defensively, what you guys do well? What you think you did poorly?
We lost on all three sides of the ball: offense, defense, and special teams.
What do you guys feel good about defensively?
Nothing. We lost on all three sides of the ball: offense, defensively, and special teams.
After the Oklahoma game, you were able to take away some positive.
None today. Nothing. We lost them all. I'm sorry I keep saying it, but we really did, man. We beat this team 7 times in a row, and they came out today ready to play, and they whipped our ass, period, point blank. We didn't even put a point on the board today. It's a disgrace to the West Virginia, 1.8 million people, and that would never happen again as long as I'm here.
So what do you do? What's the next step?
We'll just get back to the drawing board and just keep fighting, just keep working, just like all we always do. We're going to get better, I guarantee that.
How do you get yourselves better right now? Because I would think that this came as a surprise to the whole team. Some of them thought this was going to happen.
Yeah, man, we just got to keep working, get better every week. This week 4, we got 8 more games left, all of them in the Big 12. Maryland was well prepared this week. They talked trash to the media and they backed it up today. Coach Randy had those guys ready to play, and I can't give them enough good compliments. They just came out and beat our butt on all 3 sides of the ball today.
What do you, when you're out there and the offense isn't putting any points up on the board, but you guys got to keep on going out there possession after possession, what do you do on the sideline and in the huddle to make sure you guys stay focused and keep on playing?
Just keep playing, man. It doesn't matter who's on the field, whether offense, defense, or special teams. It was tough, man. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words, but the defense will keep getting better. We gave up. How many times they scored on the defense today?
3 field goals and 1 touchdown, I think. Right?
1 touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
You sure it was 37 points, right?
Yeah.
And all of them got scored. Yeah. But hey, that's all it is. I mean, they scored on the defense. No matter if we was in a bad field position or not, we just got to stop them and keep them in field goals. But at the same time, we got to put up some kind of points on the board. I guarantee Coach Hogan's going to change that.
Shut out. Real tough, real tough.
What's it like walking up that field 30-0? I mean, I know you still got a half to play, but it's almost like you got to recalculate, right?
At the half, just gotta know that there's another half of football to play. We weren't down, like mentally, at all. Or physically. We just knew that we had to come out, and play another 2 quarters of football.
Are you guys down mentally now? I mean, what's the reaction like? What are you guys talking about in there?
We just gotta, rebuild. We can't, let the season go downhill. It's only game 4. We have 8 more guaranteed games left. And us seniors, including myself, we're not gonna let the season, go downhill from 1 loss.
What was it like on the sideline during the game? At some point, I would think you start to. You don't think ahead to the next week, but you realize that it's going to be a loss and you got to keep on playing. How do you guys stay motivated on the sideline and just keep fighting through it?
Well, Coach Hogerson, he helped instill in us that as long as there's time on the clock, you think about that game. Don't think ahead of time. Don't think about the loss. So honestly, I can only speak for myself, but for the most part, team-wise, we were focusing, on the game, as it was, as long as there was time on the clock.
How well do you think that you did, based on what you saw coming into it, what you faced in this game? How well, as a defense, do you feel like you did? A lot of the points were off the turnovers.
If we stop them and block the field goals, they don't score. So you can blame the offense as much as you want, but if they don't score, they don't win. So.
What are you guys happy with as a defense? What do you feel like you guys did well? What are you taking out of today to build on going forward?
Honestly, for myself, I feel, with a loss, you shouldn't be happy about much. It's a good team win. I'm sure there's things, in film that we can pick and pinpoint out that we did well, but looking at it now, with a loss, I don't see anything good to be good out of it.
Well, even your good play when you get a sack, you knock out the rush backer. You got Brandon. Does that sort of take away even the good moments? Your good moments, you end up hurting somebody.
It's hard. It's hard to say. Just want to make sure he's okay. Things like that. But it was a big play. We got off the field. So it was something to look forward to. But we still got to play the next play.
Coach Patterson was talking about how at the end of the game he was just trying to see if something would work, blitzing you guys pretty much every play.
Yeah.
What changed there at the end, and was it just a matter of, let's see if we can get to him and possibly change this game around?
I feel like we were just playing, just still trying to play hard, trying to make plays, trying to play in the backfield, just trying to, stop them.
How important is tomorrow for you guys, and how do you go about? What's the first step to putting this behind you and focusing on next week?
Taking this long bus trip home, thinking about what happened wrong, getting in tomorrow, or maybe, some guys on the bus watching the film, and mostly getting in tomorrow, watch the film, learn the mistakes, focus on the Oklahoma State.
You guys all have film on the bus. Can all of you watch it on the bus on the way there?
You can if you have an iPad, but for the most part, we mostly watch it on Sundays together.
From your perspective, what does the offense need to do to get going?
You can ask Hogerson about that. You can ask Hogerson about that. I play defense.
I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Anything else about the defense from Will? If not, we're out of here.
Could you foresee